Well, John, as we speak, senators are being sworn in on Capitol Hill there behind me to act as jurors in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. And while Democratic senators see his conviction as a slam dunk, given the riot played out in real time on live TV, what was striking when we were down there last night was the change of tone of Republican senators who now see the impeachment as the problem, not the alleged incitement of a deadly riot by Donald Trump. Clearly, he and his millions of supporters continue to loom large for them. All this as the current President Joe Biden continues to press ahead with his agenda. Today, more executive orders around racial justice and a conversation too with President Putin of Russia. But it's the impeachment that continues to steal all the limelight. No president ever wants this to happen on their watch, never mind for it to happen twice. Having already impeached Donald Trump for his dealings with Ukraine, almost exactly a year on, the Democrats found themselves treading the same path, carrying a new article of impeachment by hand in a choreographed procession to the Senate. This time, though, they're walking through a crime scene after a violent mob ransacked these very halls.
Donald John Trump engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors by inciting violence against the government of the United States. He thereby betrayed his trust as president to the manifest injury of the people of the United States.
And we fight. We fight like hell.
The now infamous words uttered as Donald Trump addressed thousands of his supporters on the very day Joe Biden was being certified as the next U.S. president.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
They did march. Then a pro-Trump mob stormed the halls of Congress in violent scenes not witnessed in the nation's capital in more than 200 years.
This is democracy. This is what you get with rule of the mob.
In the aftermath, many of the protesters, like the horned QAnon shaman, insisted they were only following President Trump's orders, admissions that will be central to the Democrats' case against him.
It's a colossal waste of time, energy, and it's a great distraction from moving forward.
And just listen to these Republican senators who now claim it's impeachment that's dividing the nation as they rally to Trump's defense.
He didn't come through those doors. He didn't come through those windows. He
got the mob to D.C. He told them to come. He told them it would be wild.
The people that came into the Capitol that night that brought weapons, destroyed property, beat a police officer to death, Donald Trump wasn't among any of those people.
He was their president and they listened to him.
But he also told them, go protest peacefully.
But he also told them, go fight like hell.
And you know how many politicians have run TV ads saying, we're fighting for you?
With unity, we can do great things.
Our new president called for unity, and for this action to be one of the first things to occur during his administration is I think, exactly the wrong direction toward pulling the country together.
The Republicans say, well, hang on a minute, Joe Biden's talking about unity, and the very first move is this. Couldn't be more divisive.
I agree that President Biden ran on unity. But when an incident like this, that is so fundamentally challenging to the very fabric of our democracy happens, the way to address it is not to ignore it.
One of the top Republicans, Congressman Kevin McCarthy, was out spinning against impeachment on Fox News, conveniently forgetting he'd said publicly that Trump bears responsibility for the insurrection. How should the former president be held to account, if not by impeachment? Next, senators on both sides must take an oath of impartiality. They'll act as jurors in the trial. But remember, they were all witnesses too, penned in during the siege on the Capitol that nearly 3 weeks on is still secured and braced for further attacks.